live on the Yogscast. Can the Yogscast see us? Can they hear us? Yogs of the cast. I know, I'm asking chat. I'll have you know, I'm not talking to you, Xylus. Hello, Yogscast chat. How you doing? I'm here with Kerm.
Hi.
Who's gonna be my brother today in this game that we found called The Escaped Together, where siblings are left alone in a house and they're being chased by something paranormal and have to do something to escape. Nearly silent there, Mousie? Huh? Can you not hear me? Hello?
Might be the
Chat?
game that's too loud, drowning you out.
The game drowning me out?
There is no volume setting in the game.
Yeah, that's kind of the issue. Oh yeah, the game is so fucking loud. Hold on, let's see if I can turn that down. I had my audio turned way down. Let's bring that down to like 50%. Got it at full volume, it sounds like you're whispering. My gain looks normal. That's really weird. That's crazy. Why is that? Maybe I'll just bump it a bit.
I've got it at 20% in the mixer, because it's very loud.
Yeah, the game's fucking massively loud. Okay, chat, can you hear me? Chat, is this real? Okay, let me see how we set this up. Let me...
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Invite... Okay,
Yeah.
so I think you're Jane. I'm Chloe.
I can be Jane. Do I press ready?
I think we're... Let's go with easy.
Item guide.
Oh, hello, here we go. Medium volume with full blast headset on. La 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 la. Journal, full of useful notes scattered throughout the house. All notes are stored in your journal. Use F1 to activate. You can carry several items at the same time. Press tab to open inventory. Etc, etc. Crucifix. Oh, we know what that is. But do not rely on it for too long. Oh no. Gadgets like a smartphone. Pressing R. An auto injector can bring your fallen teammate back to life. Oh god. Find a bag to increase inventory capacity. Also grants extra slot if playing alone. Tools can be used to repair something. Okay, hold A to use them. Whenever an entity is near, it will cause you to fall into fear. Vision is blurred. Reduced pills can temporarily soften this effect. In addition, every map has its own set of unique items and tools, so you will need to find your own a use for them on your own. All right, Jane. Are you ready?
Chloe.
I'm gonna have it highlight items for our first time.
Yes, sounds good.
You have to uncover hidden clues, solve puzzles, and unravel the haunting secrets that shroud this damned place. But be warned. An unknown creature roam these halls, and their thirst for your fear grows stronger with every passing minute. Okay.
Sounds good.
Now we find out if there's an in-game mic or not.
There is something in the house.
Oh.
I need to get out of here as fast as I can.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi.
There's a thing here. There's like a code.
There are flashlights over here. Press Q.
Oh, there you are.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, Chloe. This book, read.
There's cola. Can't believe our parents would just leave us alone like this. That's so crazy. Oh, that must be our journal or something.
Can I put it down?
I think you hit like tab or something, maybe?
Because I can collect it. I can put it in my inventory.
Ooh,
No.
I got it.
Oh, good.
I think I went to the journal. I think we press.
Oh, okay. So that's Shad. Cool.
How do we open the journal? I've already forgotten. It's not J. Is it R? No.
I would love for there to be a controls menu.
I'd love that as well. Ooh, I got the backpack. Okay. I've already forgotten. Settings. Oh wait,
Crouch.
controls. Hold on. Journal is F1.
Wait, what is your control? There.
Jane, we are about to leave for a business trip in 2 days. It will take some time, but you'll manage. We will give you some change to stay alive for a while, but in case of emergency, just call Aunt Nancy. Also, just please be careful out there. We will be out for about 2 weeks. You can always call us if you feel uncomfortable. Love you, Mom. What the hell? Are these
That's nice
parents?
of them.
What? These parents are insane.
Okay, use device.
We need a key for the. Oh,
Yes,
I found
there's
the
a key right here. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Oh, look.
There's a phone.
It's gonna be garage remote.
This is the garage remote.
To unlock the gate.
Okay.
There's a code for it.
There's a code?
There's a code on the phone.
Oh, is that maybe the code for the safe in here?
No, a code, like, to unlock the phone.
Oh, we maybe need to find that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I put this down again? Nope.
E maybe? Or just cycle. I think we just hold on to it, honestly. Oh, I got a key.
Remember what exactly this one goes into?
Another note.
Oh. Did you turn that on?
No. Probably not good.
Do you want to read that one?
Yes. This is
I'll
Officer Barry.
figure this out.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Oh, I found drugs.
There's a... Oh, it's the radio.
How do we turn this off? Oh, look, the crucifix. All of our stuff's here. I found a key and everything. Yeah, I have no idea how to put stuff down. Oh, I can switch out.
Basement room key.
I can put it on the floor. I can just press... It puts it on the
Okay,
floor where I
so
stood.
the key I just picked up is the basement key. What is this? Don't leave this house.
Oh, thank you, Mom.
Okay.
Yes, there's the key you were talking about.
Okay, well that's not the right door.
Okay,
So maybe this key goes to that door? Yes. Let's go.
Yeah, here are the meds over here.
Where
probably
are
saw
you?
those. Oh, that's not a good sound.
That's not a good sound at all. Yeah, I got the reviver thing. The crucifix is on the table. Do you have a space?
Yes.
I feel like
do.
that might be a great idea to...
I also have a screwdriver. I put down the phone because I didn't know how to like not have it take up all my
Yeah,
visual
there's
space.
sanity drugs there.
Okay, I also picked up a note, but I did not read it because of the jank. So I should probably do that in a
F1.
minute.
Hold on. E.
Next one. This
Oh,
is
if
Officer
we press-
Barry.
Oh, if you press R. I've been trying to
Oh.
reach out to you, so I'll just leave this note on your door. I know we don't get along together, but I still care about the residents here, including you. I urge you to leave this place as fast as you can. There's something strange going on. That's the only thing I can tell you. Take your family and just move. You're not safe here.
Well, thank you.
That's so kind of him. So thoughtful, honestly. Oh, look, there's stuff in the fridge. Hell yeah.
There's a bunch of stuff down here in the basement.
You went down to the... Is
There's
this
a
the basement?
key. Yeah. There's a key, probably to the door down here.
Okay, I have it.
Wait.
Nice vent. Where did you go? Oh, hello.
Is
You have
it
another
this one?
key. I have the key. It was on the table.
The right one?
Yeah.
I also have a key. It was the one over here.
Oh, what do I have? Oh,
Laptop. Oh. Holding out the crucifix.
oh god, it's crawling!
Ah.
She's crawling. What do we do?
I have the crucifix. Maybe we just leave for a minute.
Just let her cook for a second?
Yeah. Need some time to think about it.
Can we not like turn on the lights or something? Are there any lights at all?
Good question.
Oh,
well,
there's
the radio's done.
Oh, hello.
Oh,
She's still doing her thing. Maybe we... Can you, like, watch my back while I open this?
the laptop. Yes.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay. There's lots of files here. Interesting. Photos. Oh my gosh, there's a dog photo!
Ah.
There's another dog photo! Oh my gosh, there's so many dog photos! This is cute! There's nothing on the work
Focus.
folder. Numbers. Here we go.
That's probably important.
Yeah, these look like something. I don't know what they're meant to go to.
There's
though.
a byte missing from the
Ooh.
crucifix.
That seems bad.
Yeah.
I found there's an image on the desktop that has a bunch of like squiggles on it. It looks very complex. How do I put it on the floor?
G.
Fantastic.
Okay. I'm gonna switch screwdriver.
I'll take that for now.
This one. Oh. It's like a business plan.
Yeah, you see it? Oh, I can see over your shoulder. This is cool.
It's like a programming thing, I think.
Right?
Yes, probably not important.
If you hit the red X and look at the document that says numbers.
Numbers, yes. With Willow Street, we love that.
Yeah. We love Willow Street.
So there are some phone numbers. A Claire Frost, a no,
Yeah.
that's a date. Town Square. More phone numbers.
Okay. I love the way the the laptop is inside your chest.
Yeah. My meetings.
You want to see the dog photos?
I would love to.
Look at the photos.
Photos. Oh.
Aren't
I got
they
an achievement.
cute? Yeah. So did I.
Where's this dog? That's not a dog. That's a polar bear. That last one.
That's a dog.
You know what? Fair enough.
There's some drawers we can open up here, by the way. I don't know if you've seen.
Where'd you go?
I'm in the kitchen. We could open up the fridge. Look. There's a disappearing soda pop when you look at it the wrong way. In the fridge door.
Spooky. Oh yeah.
Kinda
It's-
crazy, am I right?
It's fucking wild.
Oh, I opened up a door. Look, we have access to the bathroom now. It was locked before. Oh, a key.
Another key. Yeah.
Why is there a tower in the
Unreduced it.
Shire? Shower.
A tower in the Shire.
Shower. Is this screwdriver important, do you think?
I don't know.
Well, we know that
I
key's
think-
there.
Yeah, I think maybe we should be looking out for like codes for the safe and maybe for the phone. Oh,
1039. How many numbers does the thing need?
The phone is full.
I'm gonna try
Where's
something
the
real quick.
safe?
Oh. Never mind, that was incorrect. This is like multiple numbers. Can we hide in this? Oh my god, we can.
I spawned in that one, I think.
Yeah, so did I.
The same one?
We should keep that
Oh.
in mind. Yeah.
Oh, we spawned in different. Okay, well let's move back down and see if we can figure it out.
Yeah.
Because next step is probably.
You have that
in
crucifix
basement.
still, yeah?
Yeah. Hear her. We just run back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Turn off my flashlight for a minute.
Why is she screaming?
She's probably hungry. Wants another bite from the crucifix.
Get your own
She's done?
crucifix.
This is ours.
Yeah, what if we're hungry?
Stop mooching other people's crucifixes.
Should we try that key on the locked door over here? Did it work?
Probably hold. No, you should probably hold the door.
No, that's not the right key.
No. Let's go down.
Okay.
Oh.
That can only go well. She seems to be making a lot of noise down there. It's a little concerning, I won't lie.
Yeah, but I think we're meant to go that way still. Oh, there's still
Oh,
this key down here.
hello. Hold on. Look. I'm unscrewing this.
Oh.
Okay, hold on. Bear with me. Let me cook.
I am bearing with you.
I'm
Okay,
cooking.
more keys. And we can hide in this one.
Can we?
Yes.
Hey!
Something behind the fan.
There must be something behind the fan. Ooh, hello! I got a flash drive. Where's that laptop?
Oh yeah. It's
Hold up.
upstairs somewhere.
I found it.
It's
I found
in
it.
the yeah.
Insert.
Wonder what's inside this flash drive.
Okay, okay. My data, work account, reserve email. There's some. Okay, cool. Rents. Oh my god. Can you see over my shoulder?
Yeah.
That's disturbed.
Is that her?
That might be. Here, hold on.
Oh. Oh yeah, there she is. Should we head in?
We should probably, What is that scream?
She's hungry. Right.
She done?
I think so. So, what else did you find?
Okay, hold on. So there were numbers on one of the things.
Mm,
Reserve was these look like nothing, truthfully. Oh wait, this is called passwords.
Oh, for the phone?
Maybe. I don't know. Here, you look at this. You might be able to make sense of it.
Yeah, no, those are like. Yeah, those just look like for like emails and stuff.
Right?
No,
What's that sound?
is that her?
I don't know.
I think we should head down again, because there's like a whole back room that we never went into.
Key that goes into the locker in the garage.
There's
Oh,
a key in the floor. Did you pick that up?
yeah, I picked that up. It goes to the locker in the garage, wherever that
Yes.
is.
That was the voice thing I got when I picked it up.
Oh, maybe that's this here. So maybe I should drop it here.
Oh yeah, good call. Right, there are more keys downstairs.
Okay, let's do that then. Sounds like she's still down here. I won't
Right, I'm picking
lie.
this one up. Yeah, I have the key. Let's go back up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yo, okay. I have the garage thing. Where's the locker
Okay.
here?
Credit card. Oh. That's her. Let's head. We need to walk through here.
I'm struggling.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm trapped. Oh, hello.
The remote needs
She
We
might
need a
take another
battery.
bite. Okay.
Shit, we need a
That
battery.
sounds like a basement thing. Is she
Oh,
done?
there's a page. I got a page.
Oh yeah?
Dad, mom, me, sister, and... Oh my god. Oh my god. I collected it.
throwing the last one.
Okay, more meds. And a credit card.
This is
And
crazy.
like a car jack thing.
Can't believe our parents would just leave us alone for 2 weeks. Oh, there's sanity pills.
Oh, I think that
Huh?
I think we can open the car. Oh, install.
With this key
Hold.
card, I can unlock the fuse box in the garage.
Unlock the
There's a
fuse box
tire.
in the garage. Where's the fuse box?
That was the tire in the bathroom. I think we're supposed to escape.
Oh, look, I found the fuse box.
Lovely.
Switches are blocked.
Yeah.
Cut
Panel says I need a
Sound.
phone. Where's the phone?
It's out here.
Got it. Okay.
Probably need to get into the phone.
Do you think?
Might.
Enter a passcode.
Yes. That is the clue.
It was
we've
not
been
1,
looking
2,
for.
3, 4.
Okay.
I
Also
can't-
was not 0, 0, 0. 0. No. It's open? Another
That actually hurt my chest.
iron.
Oh, why are there bullets here?
Oh, that door just closed. Oh. We need to head back down, I think. Oh, actually, that key you were talking about. Oh, that opened the
I
locker
opened the
already.
locker. Yeah. Where are you?
Down. I went down.
Okay. We need a battery.
There's still this. What is this? Oh, that's a inventory thing. I've got another space.
Hell yeah, brother. What's on this table? Hold on, give me a second. Ooh, there's a note here.
Okay, more keys. Calculator. Okay, no power. There's a jerry can here and a battery.
Homework will have to wait.
Where is
Not
it?
a car battery.
Where is it?
I'm in here.
Oh, yes, hello.
I'm gonna bring the jerry can up as well.
Yes, I got this.
It has to function properly now.
Oh, look, there's another key.
Oh, hi. No, yeah, eat the crucifix. It's okay. I think she's eating the crucifix. Are you dead?
No, I'm here. I'm shaking, though.
Yeah.
Shake, shake,
She
shake.
did not. Oh, maybe she did take another bite.
What does this key go to, you think? Hold on.
Maybe the car? The boot? The trunk?
You think?
There was
can't-
a key slot for it.
There's a fridge here as well.
Oh, she's making sound again.
Hold on, I had to leave the phone to bring the keys sort of closer.
Oh, actually, I have another slot.
Oh, if you want to grab the phone then.
It's on the thing. Yeah.
How do we open up the boot?
Uh,
I
Probably walk behind it.
How do I unlock the... Oh, whoops.
Did it do the thing?
No, I accidentally...
Oh. Lady?
Is she here?
Oh, wait. I can hear her. Yeah, there she is.
I accidentally dropped the key under the car.
She's
I may
done.
have done something stupid. I can't get the key.
Oh, I see. It's overlapping with,
Yeah. Can we not crouch?
I don't think so.
Oh no, have we fucked up?
Come on. Come on, just, Yeah, it looks like...
No.
Oh, it was a take. Was it this one? That was this one.
Oh,
hi.
jeez. Hey, sis. Hey, girly.
Hi. It's Kenna. Yeah, no, cause the thing, like, overlaps with the the pickup. Okay. Oh. Is that open? Take. Yeah, no, I think that one is, that one's gone.
Shit. What if that's important, though?
I think it is. I think, we needed to, cause I think there's, like, a keyhole.
Shit.
Yeah. Probably need something in the car.
I may need a car jack.
Oh. Lady. There's a,
Well, hold on. What if I
Yeah.
get this up?
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Now?
Still just says open.
What if I just, like, run at it? Whee! No.
Yeah, no, I think that's a mulligan.
No! Oh! I just accidentally took a pill.
Ah, do some drugs.
Well, if it's mulliganed, then how are we gonna... Oh! Oh! Internet! Hold on. There's a Wi-Fi code.
Oh yeah, it did say on the
I've
phone
been
there was no
collecting all of
signal.
this.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Where's the phone?
I have it.
Okay, hold on. Let me open up the journal.
Yeah.
Okay, I have the code.
Yes, we still need to enter the actual phone. Still need to get
Try
in.
this. Log in 917333.
No, it's a 4
Damn it.
4-digit pin.
Okay, well that was all I got.
Yeah.
4-digit
so we-
pin, you said. Okay.
Yes.
Have a look through the journal because I've picked up everything I could. This is so frustrating. Do you think we have to start over?
I think we might have to.
Hold on, let me look at the... Oh, if you hit escape, it brings up the...
Oh, there's like a math test.
There's no way to crouch.
ABC.
What if I, like, push
Homework.
you into it?
Oh, something's happening.
We need to
Lady.
hide. Oh god. Oh.
She ate a solid bit of the crucifix.
No.
There's not much left.
Oh no.
She's got a jaw on her.
Who thought someone could eat like that?
It's kind of a freak.
The trunk once the car
What if we just burn the place down and die?
I need a key.
Yeah, take her with us.
Yeah, fuck it, why not? This place seems
Yeah,
kind
we
of
might have to
cursed.
start over.
Shit. I'm gonna collect this.
What the?
But one of the clues is like a homework thing, homework sheet.
Maybe
So-
that's... Yeah, make sure you collect everything so that it goes into our
Yeah.
journal. Alright, let's start over while we still can.
Yeah. Yes, to menu.
Any bugs or suggestions? Accidentally picked up car jack while holding
Stood too
a
close to car.
key. No, they switch out like objects.
No, yeah, but oh, yeah, that's how it works.
While holding a key, could not pick up the key after. 3 stars. Submit. Okay. Chapter 1. Kerm.
Yep. Just gonna quit fully out of the game for a second, see if it fixes the windowed mode. It does not.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah, there's a little bit of the bottom of the screen cut off.
What? What?
Not much.
What did you do?
I just closed the game and opened it again. Right, I'm joining.
Okay. Alright, you ready?
Yes, let's just begin.
We got this. We know what's up.
So I think we need to hide more instead of letting her eat the crucifix.
I think half the problem is like knowing.
What a great timing for them to leave.
Why would they just leave us? That's so lame. I got a key.
Yes, that's the
And a
first one.
backpack. Okay, that's unlocked. Oh, I can turn on the computer. What the hell?
Ah,
How did we miss this?
doesn't do much.
You never know. Okay, let's do this.
That's gonna be garage
Yes,
window.
right.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave
Oh.
this stuff
Fall off
here.
the gate.
Because we know it goes to the garage.
That's the bathroom key. Is a credit card?
Homework will have to wait. I'm looking around. Oh, page. Collect. Look at us speed running. We're so good at the game. Oh, here's the laptop.
There's gonna be something useful here.
Should we look at the dogs again?
Okay, the garage is open.
Oh. I love them. Okay, I'm gonna leave the... Hey, I have an idea. What if we leave
Yeah.
all pertinent objects in the room that we hide in? You already got
That's
the garage
not
open.
a terrible idea. Yeah, I'm down here.
Yeah, the garage is already open. Damn, let's go. There's a thingy. Okay.
If there's a locked.
I got a key.
Key that goes into the locker in the garage.
Things might be in a slightly different place this time
I need a
around.
key.
Oh, 000. I see it now.
Code combination or something. Gotta keep it for now.
Oh wait, it is 000?
4 zeros.
I must have typed something else because I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure I just pressed zeros just to get
Well,
out
I
of
think
the
it's
phone.
different each time. Because stuff's in a different place this time. I'm noticing.
Okay, this key is not for the car.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what it might be.
Where's the phone?
Gonna head down again. It was on the on the table in the.
Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa. What happened? What do you mean the table in the dining room? There's no phone here.
You sure?
I'm sure. It's not here this time. I think things are different.
I just come back up.
I think we have a general idea, but it's like different this time around. Oh, I have the key.
Card, I can unlock the fuse box in the
Yeah, stuff's in a different spot this time.
Yeah, right. So the crucifix is on the dining table. It was lit up in blue before.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
Interesting. Oh, it's over here. It's green.
Oh, okay, cool. Hold on, let me put this down here. Is that her?
Might be. I would like to open that
Let's see if we can open the phone.
vent again.
Hey, I unlocked it!
Yo, the phone, was it just 0000?
Yeah, it was.
I must have typed like one thing and then just a bunch of zeros to like close it.
Unlock with home light manager. Required distances. Unlocked. Hey. Hello.
I'm undoing the vent.
Are all the lights on now?
I heard the air conditioning come on. That might be a problem.
Hey, you can turn lights on now.
That's cool.
There must be something behind the fan.
Whoa, they did it again.
I've got the USB stick.
The lights keep going off. There's other stuff on this phone, by the way.
Where are you?
There's Messenger. I'm in the garage. Here, I'll go to the bedroom.
Yes,
where
we
it's
need-
safe.
We need the internet, the Wi-Fi password. I
Okay,
picked
if
that one
you
up.
look at that, I'll look at this, and I can put in the Wi-Fi.
Yes, I'm just gonna close the.
Gonna
thing
be
before I
late.
do
Don't
that.
worry. We'll. Thanks, Dad. Okay. Connect. Enter
um,
passcode.
Remember the password
Where
for
is
all.
it? Okay.
Tell me what it is. I'm ready to
Yes.
go.
Internet code. So log in. The password is O A O.
A-O.
No O A O
O-A-O.
KET
K-E-T.
0T1
0-T-Y.
1.
1. Wrong password.
Log in.
Give me the Wi-Fi password first.
So that should be could you just open it for a second in the journal, because it should be is it login? Is it 917333?
917333.
Is it that one?
Wrong one. Link 0332. Yeah, we're connecting to that one.
Oh, she's that. Okay, is it a KA
K-A
8178?
8178. Connected.
Okay, it was that one.
Okay, we're connected to the internet. Email.
Oh, we need
D
that
Brown.
one.
D Brown 11233 at electronic mail.
Yes, so we need to
What's
get
the
on
password?
the we need to get on the laptop for that. I have the memory stick.
Oh right, okay. If you want to grab that, we can open these in the lockers here and hide while we do this, because we can talk back and forth with the info.
Yeah. We have telepathy. I'm gonna put.
Yeah, twin telepathy.
It's a real thing.
It's a real thing today.
Okay. How do I put the memory stick in?
You insert it in. Oh my god. Bro. Bro, she's angry.
She's mad. Maybe it's her memory stick.
Can you
Okay, I need
imagine?
to stop shaking for a second. Okay. Okay, passwords. It's the D Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Is it add mail service or add electronic mail?
Electronic mail.
Okay, so the password is Gaga, like a lady,
Gaga?
8465.
8465. Enter. Hi, we've been trying to contact you about prolonging your subscription. Gain even more benefits by choosing annual plan. Thank you for using Opcom service. Police department, we are informing you that there are unconfirmed reports of missing children all over the state. Please be aware and watch out for your loved ones. We are developing an investigation group to figure everything out. Thank you for your time. Shop and go. Thank you for your purchase. Remember to reconfigure your safe locker before... The internet connection just went as I was reading that. We need to turn the breaker back on.
That's in the garage. Okay, I'm gonna...
Just flip all the buttons in the garage, yeah.
Yes, I would like to bring the crucifix. Do we pick it up?
Bro.
She's mad. Where's the crucifix?
In the garage.
Okay. I guess I'll look for it.
Isn't that great?
Oh, it's in the garage. I see.
I was mad. Can you
Got
hit
it.
the breaker as well?
Yes. Which one? Is all of them?
Just hit all of them, yeah.
Should
Okay.
be online.
Cool. Let me look back at it. Don't tell me I have to do the whole Wi-Fi thing again. Oh, I have to connect. Okay, there we go. Okay, thank you for your purchase. Remember to reconfigure your safe locker before usage. The stock passcode is 561 76052. That should get us into
Oh, that's
the
for
safe.
the safe. Yes, I'm operating it. Say it again.
Okay. 561
Yeah.
760 52.
Yeah. Success. Oh. Hit back in. Relax, woman.
This child is
Being
angry.
hysterical. Yeah. You over it?
Okay,
Thank you.
last email. Hola, Andrew.
Okay,
Just
another
wanna
key. It's the car key.
Just want to let you know that we're going to a party, Wingen. Would you like to be there? Just don't bring kids, alright? Kidding. Anyways, looking forward to your call. Alright. Sure.
Is this what we've been abandoned for?
Apparently. A party.
You know what?
Bro.
Fair enough. Parents need an outlet.
Do we have
Right,
a
I found-
battery?
There was like a AAA or whatever, like in.
Bro.
Is that her?
It sounds like it.
There was like a AAA downstairs.
We need that. To
Yeah.
operate the garage door. And some
Here it
sick
is.
M&Ms. Perfect.
Okay, we need is there?
Oh, there's a
jerry can down
tower.
Here? Oh, yes. Good.
I
Oh,
got
the
the
jerry can
tower.
might be in the bathroom this time.
Will with my
I got it already, yeah.
Good.
Oh wait, no, the jerry can. No, sorry, I don't have that.
Yeah, I think it's in the bathroom this time if the tire's down here.
Well, let me get the tire on.
Yeah. Where did I need to put the battery?
Oh, I have the remote for it. Oh no, help me.
Is she here?
I hear her.
I am standing with the crucifix.
Okay, the tire is just
Yeah.
installed. Put it in that remote
Where is it?
on the floor.
That one. Yeah.
Do we have the car unlocked?
I need to hide.
Bro,
Got it.
hurry, we need to
Let's
hide.
see if we can make it to the room.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Kill him. Let's kill this guy. Okay. Got it.
Do we need to do drugs?
Okay. I think the drugs just make us less shaky, kind of like in real life. There's no jerry can in the.
Where's the key for this car?
I haven't. It's in.
Oh, sick! Look.
Yo.
Why can
Right,
we
no.
open that?
So that was like a tire iron.
The tire iron's done. We got that. The tire's
Did you
installed.
do that? Okay. And is it? Did you find the jar? There it is. Oh,
Woo!
hello, lady.
Hi,
Oh,
ma'am. Oh my, yeah,
Oh.
my camera's wacky. I need to do drugs.
Yes, go eat a drug.
Mom uses to get rid of headache.
Oh, I feel so much better. Oh, thank you. Oh my god.
We love a drug around here.
We love a drug around here. Where is the jerry can?
Oh, it's in the garage. I thought you picked it up. Oh, she just closed that. It's on the other side of the car.
Oh, okay. So now do we put that in the car? Are we about to joyride?
Where's the hatch? Where do I do this?
Right here.
Oh. Yeah, let's see.
Can we get in the car?
That's it. And open.
I'm not gonna make the mistake of doing that again. Hold on. Oh, I need to get in the other side.
We need to open the. Do you have the remote?
Yeah, I have it. Oh, I didn't power the thing on.
Ah. Oh, did she trip the?
Unlock the gates first.
I have to unlock the gates first.
Yeah, there's more to it then. Let's see. How do I get out? E, leave. There we go. It's red light.
I have
Oh,
to unlock the gates first.
Unlock?
Garage door seems to be out of power.
Oh, we got it.
Gates won't open. I'll try to break through using a car.
We're gonna break through it using the car.
okay.
Sure, get in. All right, here
I'm
we
in.
go. Power on.
Bye bye, Mrs. Ghost Lady. Thank you for looking out for us.
Try this again. It's working. Keep it up. Almost there.
Where is she?
Yay!
Looking behind us. Can't see for shit. This is gonna jump scare us. You've managed to escape. Oh no, we actually escaped!
So I think this is like the tutorial mission.
Oh, we did have it on easy.
That could be it as well.
Okay, Brown's house. We learned nothing about the mystery. Were we meant to?
The mystery
Was
about
there,
the missing children?
were they just missing?
I don't know. I don't think we were supposed to solve that. Maybe it's just the ghost. Yes. We'll accept. So, second mission, right? We should put it on moderate.
We'll still highlight objects.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. Let's do it. It's time to win.
There is something in the house.
There's something in the house. Our parents have left us alone again.
Out of here as fast as I can.
I'm in a closet.
Me too.
Are we in the same
We in the
closet?
same room? I'm upstairs somewhere.
Good thing it's still
I've got a flashlight.
There's a
Kelly, I forgot my keys at
keypad.
work, so I took yours. You were asleep. And I didn't want to bother you. We'll be home in the morning. Love you, Mom. They left us alone again?
and they took our key.
Ooh, there's all these drawers.
Okay, there are a lot of locked things upstairs.
Amazing. I just came out of this closet.
Gotta come down.
Where am I then? If you're somewhere else.
Also locked. Found another closet.
Oh, I opened the door. Hello?
Hi.
That's locked. Hello, hello.
Are you?
Oh,
I
did
see
you come
a
out of that
light.
closet? Hello?
No, no, no. I came from upstairs.
Hi. No, I came from upstairs as well. Hi.
What? Hi.
I was in a different room that was locked. Oh, here's a key. Oh, and
Oh,
here's
it was
a
locked
key.
from the inside.
Nice. Where's the backpacks and stuff?
There's one here. I've got one now. There's another key
Another key.
and a
Oh, I got this door unlocked. Hey, bathroom. Oh, sick bathroom. Oh my god.
toy of some kind.
They got a sick bathroom. Bro.
Oh, I need to see this.
Come see this.
I will if I find it. Where are you?
Upstairs.
Upstairs. Okay. Oh, she's sounding off again.
I found a battery in this
Handy
bathroom.
battery. It will come in handy.
Oh, this is dope.
Yeah, look at these flowers.
They are square.
I hope they never change this. From the bottom of my heart, I mean it completely and sincerely. Please never change this. It's
People are doing all right for themselves.
if they got a bathroom like that, hell yeah.
This is where
Look,
you
I got a
pee
battery.
out. Okay, I've got a key.
Oh, this key card could go upstairs
Our dad uses to enter.
Yeah, there is a yeah thing.
to enter
key
his
card reader.
office. Hello.
Okay, so
Hell yeah, brother. Ooh,
there's another
Wi-Fi.
phone.
Okay, I'm collecting it. It's now in our journal.
Oh,
I think she's awake.
yeah. I'm maybe just gonna head into my little spot for a second. No.
Can I come with
She's-
you? Oh, no, I'm in mine.
I don't think she's running around anymore.
Oh, okay. Hi, welcome to my hidey hole.
Oh, it's a
This
double.
is where I came out of.
That's fancy. You
Right?
roll these.
I didn't know all of them could open.
I don't think all of them can. I think just the top row.
Ooh,
Yeah.
we're gonna be able to open that? That looks suspicious.
What?
Did you pick
where
up your
are you?
flashlight?
Yeah, I have a flashlight. There are a couple because I think this is like a 3-player map.
Oh.
There's
Oh,
one
this looks
downstairs, too.
suspicious. This
Got a
place is
key.
huge.
Yes.
Oh, there's a chest, like,
Okay,
thing.
another key.
She just screamed.
Okay.
Ooh, there's the
Another-
crucifix.
Oh, it's not a
Just
toy. It's a syringe.
Where's the backpack and
I have. Oh,
side
there's one
thingy?
right here. There's one right here.
Oh, thank God. Okay, okay.
Okay, there's the crucifix. I'm holding 3 different keys right now.
I have a key as well. Where are the locked doors? What's this door?
It's another key
Oh,
over
I
here.
just opened a door. Hello. Ooh, Ooh, computer science. I found a toilet. And another door. And a bathtub. Damn, these people are fucking loaded.
Oh. Okay. I think the
Ooh.
the
This is
breaker just died.
This is a lot of reading. I'll let you have a look at that in a second. Oh, there's another key.
Right. Yes, I'm holding as many as I can. I'm holding 3 different keys right now.
Where are all these doors? Oh, I just opened this door.
Oh, this one opened.
Oh, we can just leave. Hello.
Oh, I've got a
Look,
oh, that's her.
we can just walk outside.
Oh.
Oh, this is the backyard. Oh no.
Right, I just found a 4-digit
Oh, I found a 5-digit password. I've collected it.
What's this code for?
Yeah.
Well, this is awkward. We found the laptop though.
There's gonna be something useful here.
Think there's
Yes,
anything
it's-
hiding out here?
If there's hiding or anything hiding.
I'm just looking around.
I-
I need to do drugs, I think.
I second that.
Yeah, I'm just having a peep. You know what I'm saying? Just a little peek-see. Oh yeah, there's drugs.
The pills one uses to.
Oh, brilliant. I feel so much better. Okay, I have the laptop. No bootable device found. Fantastic.
Okay, do you
Oh,
know where
here's
the
a hiding
phone
spot.
is? Yes.
The phone.
I think that's one of the spawns. Yes, because I think
I
oh.
think I put it upstairs,
Upstairs,
maybe.
cool. Because we need the phone to access the breaker again.
I wonder
Oh, maybe the 5-digit code is this one.
Yeah.
Could you read it out?
Hold on. 81801.
81801.
Mm.
No, I need more. That's not it.
Okay. Where did I put the phone? I swear I had it. Huh?
Hmm?
Huh? Oh, it's on the... is it? Where did I put it?
Oh, she's hungry again.
I've dropped the laptop in place of the crucifix. Oh, oh, there's the backpack. Did you get this backpack? Can I
Yes.
take another one?
I could only have one, I think. Oh, hi. I have the shakes now. I might need to.
She just scared the shit out of me. I thought it was you.
Are the shakes gonna go away on their own? Yeah, they did.
Where did I put the phone?
Okay, is it in here?
I definitely picked something else up in its place and was like, we'll come back here.
I still have a lot of keys. Oh, she's mad. I'm gonna go in and hide.
Where's hiding?
There's one in here. Can you come in?
Bro, she's mad.
Is this her house?
Okay.
We
My
might
lights
just
are still
be.
blinking.
I think we're good. This might just be her house.
You think?
Yeah, I cannot open any of these, even though they say I
Here's
should
the
be able to.
battery. I found the battery again.
Great. I don't even know where the. Oh,
I found another
Here.
closet.
Have another closet here as well.
There's the laptop. We should just start dropping stuff into like a location.
Yes.
She's
Oh.
back.
Hungrier than ever.
Let me know when she's done.
I should find hiding.
I'm already in
Well,
hiding. There's lots of closets we can hide in. This is great.
Yeah. I don't think it's like phasmophobia. I don't think it's like hunt periods. I think she's just like perpetually running around.
Surely not. Oh, hello. Oh. I just unlocked a door.
Very cool.
I'm in the base. I'm in the garage.
Where is that? I heard the key.
Hi, behind the stairs.
Oh, that one.
The 8-1. Yada yada yada.
Oh, yeah, I have this one for the car trunk.
Hell yeah, brother.
There's a CD. Oh.
Oh my god! She was in my face. Kerm.
Yeah.
Kerm.
Yeah.
I did not like that. I did not like that.
That's
the bootable
laptop
drive,
is
yeah,
it's
yeah.
broken, right?
Yeah, it's over here. The laptop's over
Yeah,
here.
I where is it over here? Should we head up into the big
Well, I
closet?
need to grab it.
Okay.
Should we just bring stuff to the big closet, you think? Where's the
she's-
table? This is not the big closet.
Yeah.
There we are. Okay. The laptop's
Yes,
downstairs,
I have
by the way.
computer science manual and the CD.
Okay, I'm gonna leave the phone. Oh, I had the phone.
Okay.
We're just not gonna talk about that, okay? Okay, I have the laptop.
Okay. Is that 8360?
Oh, help me. Help me, help me, help me, help me, help me.
The door closed. Are you in here?
I can't
Oh,
get the door
I've
open.
been locked. I've been locked inside.
I've dropped the crucifix. Do I need to hold on to it?
I think you might need to.
Shit, it's locked. Shit, it's locked.
Okay, I'm in the phone.
Oh, she's coming to me. She just disappeared.
Oh, it's no longer locked. Here we go.
Let me in. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in.
We might need to eat a
She
drug
just slapped me or something. I don't know. She just came right up to me and with her pretty little red eye just. Anyways,
Okay.
you take that.
Supposed to read that.
and insert it.
But using this thing.
Okay.
Okay, so we have the
I'm installing.
right. We need Wi-Fi for that.
Fuck if I know. Probably, maybe. I don't know. Oh, it takes ages to fucking install. Are you seeing this?
Wait, can you see over your shoulder again?
It's genuinely taking a lifetime.
This is a real-time game.
Y'all ever wanted to... Oh.
Right. So
Click here to enter command.
yes. So computer science notebook, system file checker, SFC1 is a utility. Blah 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 blah. To run the utility, restore missing files and drivers. Type SFC
SFC.
Space
Space.
//
/
scan now, all in one.
Scan now.
dash G51.
Dash G51. Installing drivers.
Cool.
Can't believe she could just lock the closets and then come and kick your ass.
It's unfair.
It's a little bit unfair, yeah.
Right, I'll check what's on the phone. Wi-Fi? We don't have Wi-Fi. We need to. Oh, we do have that
Ooh,
actually.
reboot your PC. Rebooting. That's an actual command? Wait, is it actually? That's so funny. I love how this icon as well, if you were looking at it when it was booting, yeah, how it had the 3 squares. It's very clearly the Windows icon, but they like drew a black square over one of them.
It's Windows.
Okay, my meetings, just checking through all of it. Ooh,
Right,
photos.
we have the phone.
Hold on, there's new dog photos.
I can see them.
Oh my god, look at them. Oh, precious. Oh, I love that. Numbers. Messenger. No connection.
No connection. Right. Could you hold up the journal because I need to get on the internet on the phone.
Yeah. We should maybe turn off our lights.
Just-
Yeah.
Perhaps. It says networks. It doesn't actually let me enter anything.
Hold on. Wi-Fi. Yeah, we have the code.
Yeah, it's on the phone. I can show you, let you see it.
The power needs
Doesn't
to be
actually-
on.
Oh, is that the problem?
ATA.
No. Look at the phone. It doesn't actually let. It's on the floor.
Hold on, maybe I can connect to it.
Yeah, no, it's the phone doesn't actually like display like a
Because
enter
it's not
password.
on. The Wi-Fi is not on because
Yeah.
the power is not on.
Right. Okay, so we need to head down again.
We need the. Yeah. Okay. Should we leave our stuff here then?
Yes, I'm gonna. No, I can keep the key. That's fine.
I'll keep the crucifix and the.
So the
Should we go do drugs?
honestly, it's a great idea. Oh, there's the battery. I'm gonna pick that one up.
Okay. Here's some drug. It's on the floor of the
Follow
kitchen.
your flashlight. Oh, I love a bit of drug.
Right? Isn't it just the greatest?
Okay, I'll put it down again.
Okay, so we need to get the power on. Did you unlock the
Yes.
thing?
Oh, we needed the phone for it, I think.
The phone, it needs to be near, and then, because if it's the same as the last thing,
Do you have the phone?
I'll
I
grab
did
it.
not bring it.
I'm already back
Okay.
up.
Cool.
Okay. Where's the breaker?
Over here, behind you.
Behind me. Ah, yes, okay. Your head's in the way.
Oh, I am stuck.
Home light, unlocked.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Sweet.
We did it.
Yeah, let's go in here. Oh, do you have the phone?
I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Thank you, lady.
I can't even hit the home button. Okay, I can hit the home button now. Alright. Wi-Fi connect. What's the Wi-Fi password? ATA.
8672.
Apply. Connected. Now we're talking. No messages. Browser. Soft browser. Okay. search or enter address. Well, we can't do anything with that. QR scanner. We can scan a QR code.
Yes, I did see that, so maybe we need to go find that.
It's gotta be somewhere, right?
That is
We need to hide.
right.
Hurry.
We need to hide, we
observation.
need to hide, we need to hide, we need to hide. Oh my god!
So angry.
I think she took a chomp out of the crucifix because I couldn't hide in time.
My flashlight is blinking. Is she still around?
She might be, yeah. Nice battery level, uh-huh, yeah. Is she still...
Okay, I'm gonna head into the garage again.
Can
See
you...
if we can find it.
Wait for me. Yeah, she
I'll
munched
be
on the
in there.
crucifix.
Good for her. Okay, I have the 9-volt battery. Is the remote?
She's
the
out
garage
again.
now? Yeah.
There's gotta be something else we're missing. Wait, now that we can connect to the Wi-Fi, should we check the laptop, maybe?
Yes. Yeah, that's it. That was upstairs.
Okay, I'm in the closet. Okay. Network. Connect. What was the password again? ATA?
ETA 8670.
Apply. Connected. Ooh, phone number. Send confirmation codes.
Oh, it's do you have the phone?
I do.
Okay,
Let me...
put it on the floor. Yeah. Because there was a messaging app.
There was, yeah. What's the confirmation code?
Okay, 77
77
608.
608. Yo, I told him that we're supposed to be there in 2 days or so. Cool. I hope I won't miss this one. Really excited. By the way, how's Lauren doing? She's fine. I guess she can't wait to get there as well. Hello. Emily just asked him about that. Never had. It's okay then. Try and talk to him later. There's a lot of typos. Sure, you can actually bring him tomorrow at my place. Okay. Hey, don't forget about the meeting today. Sure thing, boss. We'll be there in 30. Okay, please, blah, blah, blah. What's the passcode again? Just remember it already. 04377. This might be the safe password.
Right. Where's the safe? Was it?
The office.
That's not up here, was it?
That's in the
Yeah.
office. I think she's out and about.
Yeah. Okay. What is it?
Hold on, I'm on my way. Okay. 043 773 46.
Success. Oh,
Bro, I don't have the
Flashlight?
crucifix.
let's head in. Oh, that one's open.
Bro. Picking up this crucifix again.
It's hard when you have the shakes.
Yeah, for real. Okay, let me look at the rest of this. It's Andrew tomorrow, 4 p.m. down street 37. I know I'll be there. Don't forget the file. Okay. Weird.
Did you check what was in this the safe? I did not.
No, I didn't get a chance to, but I have the crucifix now, so.
Okay. Well, let's head back in then.
Oh!
Hello. Go away, lady. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, that's the remote.
That's the remote. And where's the battery?
I put it in.
Hell yeah, we can open the garage now. We just need to fix the car then.
Okay, cool. Is there anything wrong with the car? I still have a
well,
key.
it's missing a tire.
Okay. I have a key that we can use for something. I'm gonna put this in the.
Oh God!
Go away, lady.
She just crawled at me. Kerm, I'm not okay.
Rude.
She's
The
crawling
bad
at
lady
me.
crawl at you.
She did, she did, she did.
Aw.
Oh, the tires are all on. Can we open the
Oh, there's a-
car? We
I still have a
can't.
key that is unaccounted for.
Can it unlock the car, or is
We need to
this-
find the car key. That might be it.
I'm gonna leave
'cause
the
I have
laptop
a-
here.
It's like an old-timey key. So it's for something that's like...
I don't know. She's hunting. Get in here. This girl. She can't seem to leave well enough alone. You know
Yeah,
what?
she's really high maintenance, this one.
Hi folks, are we meeting some new friends? Oh. Well. We don't know her name. But she cries a lot. Alright, she's just like me for real. But like... I think it's good.
Yeah, probably good. You could ask her her name. Oh, what's this? Activate.
This won't work without the recovery key.
Oh!
Without
You
the
can start it
re-
here.
Recovery key.
Oh, that's the one.
Okay, try now. Would it help if you press buttons?
Oh, wait.
I'm also pressing things. There we go. Did we do it?
They're all green.
Oh, did that unlock something?
That
I can
is...
hear her.
Yeah. It's out and about. Where
Crying and
people-
crawling, good times. Oh, I'm in a closet. Is she...
I'm not actively
Oh, are we good?
seeing... Yeah, I don't think she's like... Oh,
She is now. It's locked.
let's go up.
I'm going around. Big circles.
Oh, she's crawling on me.
Have you told her to fuck off?
Oh. I think she killed me. I'm not sure.
Where are you? Oh my god, you are actually dead.
Upstairs.
Fuck off, bitch! Be gone! What? I had a crucifix! What?! Kermit
Oh.
died! We did not take that seriously enough.
No.
Too bold. So bold. Oh my god.
We got cocky there. We should
We got
definitely
really
like have...
cocky.
We should have maybe given her the, you know, the respect that she deserved.
Yeah, and actually hid. Oh no.
Okay, the sequence is we need to get the phone. The computer
Well,
manual.
things might be different now. Things might be moved around.
No, I think where everything is different, but I think the sequence of things we need to do is the same.
Yeah, I think you're right on that front. Oh, I need a moment. The camera shaking is a lot.
Yeah,
This might be a good time to run ads or something. Any moderators in the chat? Any mods? Can we do a mod check?
You're a moderator.
It won't let me run the ads. We've gone over this. We've gone through this before. It won't let me. Oh, the child singing. What the hell? What the hell is that?
Yeah, I'm getting it too.
That's horrible. Spider and
Yeah, there's an amount of like head bobbing in the menu specifically. I was wondering if that was gonna be like a big motion sickness problem.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a motion sickness problem. I just need a moment.
Yeah. Is that only in the menu or was it in the game as well?
It's in the game when I move too fast, but I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick and
Yeah.
yeah. Alright, I've got water. I'm back.
Hydrated, moisturized, unbothered.
Ah, so true. Oh, brilliant. Alright, shall we try this again?
Yes. But this time,
Actually
not let them
hide.
kill us.
Yeah! Minus the death.
Okay, where am I this time?
I'm in the
Respawn?
same... yeah.
Yes, I'm upstairs again.
What a great time for them to leave. I know, girly pops. Hey!
Hey!
What's good?
Okay, here's a key card. No, is that a...
I found a key.
Yeah, that is the
This
key
looks like a
card.
car key. Car trunk key. Oh, more keys. I found the CD drive already. This is... oh, the backyard is over
Cool.
here. Okay, that door's unlocked. I found the
Right.
reviver that I didn't get a chance to use on you. Where's the backpacks?
Oh, you also got killed. I thought me dying, like, fucked everything.
No, I ran in to try and revive you, and the oh, the reviver didn't. I didn't get a chance to use it. The crucifix didn't work.
I need a key.
Right. Okay.
Remember to pick up all the notes and everything. Oh, there's a backpack. It was literally right in front of me. Haha.
I was supposed to repair Dad's laptop
I got the.
Okay, I'm in the phone. We need power.
I'm going to the backyard. I have found the notebook and a note.
Cool.
Collected it. I'm looking around. I can't pick up the notebook though.
Oh.
Is she
I'm
already?
hearing a scream?
Is she already doing her thing?
It's unclear. I think she just made a sound. I don't think she's actively hunting right now.
Hi.
Right. Hi, I have the phone, I have the thing.
I have the CD, and I have the car trunk key, which I'm gonna drop here on the kitchen floor, and I'm gonna go back and get the notebook.
I I found way more. Oh, there's a.
Okay.
Computer science, my least favorite.
Okay, I've got the notebook.
Yeah.
Oh. She hunting?
Is she?
I keep hearing her do that weird screech thing.
That's the power.
All right, you know what to do. If you open up the phone and go to the
Yeah.
light system and hit unlock.
Oh. Light system. Yes.
Switches are blocked.
Unlocked.
Panel says I need a phone.
There we go. Lights are back on.
Sweet. Okay, we have the
Uh,
manuals. I have a bunch of keys. I forgot where all the doors were.
I got the crucifix. I got another key.
I guess
There was
this
a
one
locked
closes the
thing
locker
over
in
here.
the storeroom.
Locker in the storeroom.
Need to find another key.
Oh, I got the locker in the storeroom. And I got a code.
That might be for the storeroom.
I wonder what's this code for.
17380.
Success.
Hell yeah. Did we have the trunk key? Oh yeah, you did. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Did we get anything
So this
cool?
one was for. I'll get that in a minute. This key was for
She's
the big
hunting.
thing. Oh,
I need a key. Good thing it's still working.
Oh my god.
so shaky.
I know, I'm so scared, sister.
You know it's. Yeah, sister.
Yes, hell yes.
Oh. She was being so quiet. I thought she was done.
Oh my god.
It's okay. We're fine.
Are we?
Here it is. Yeah.
Have you unlocked everything?
I still have a key that I don't remember what it's for.
Oh, I have another key as well. Did you get your backpack, by the way?
Yes.
Does this one go here? Yes. Hey, I got the laptop.
There's gonna be something
Sweet.
useful here.
Okay.
Yeah, so I forgot to listen to what she said when I picked up this one key, so I still don't know what this one goes.
It might go here. No, hold on. These
Where
people
is
are
here?
fucking loaded.
Yeah, we should rob them. It's probably us, to be honest.
Wait, yeah, isn't this our house?
Oh, is that her? Is she out on the town again?
Possibly. The computer science notebook is
Oh,
on.
it's for the bathroom key. I've got it. Oh, here's the battery.
Okay, I'm doing the installation. I'm in a closet downstairs by the kitchen.
Okay.
Installing the operating system. Let's go.
Have you found the,
The notebook is on the floor of the kitchen.
you have the Wi-Fi and shit?
Maybe? Did I pick it up?
Yes.
Okay, well, it's taking a lifetime to install. We're having Windows operating system. That sounds like that's her.
Yeah, I'm gonna find somewhere to hide.
I think that would be very wise.
That's me. I'm wise.
Especially if while we do the computer shit, we hide and, you know.
Yeah.
Okay,
no,
what was the
it's
command?
Not a bad call. It's on the book. Do you have the book?
The book is on the floor of the kitchen. I can't open it at the same time as
Oh,
the...
okay. I'm in a closet upstairs. I'll come down. I was doing the phone.
Okay. You can hide in the closet with me.
Oh, thank you for allowing me to do that. The manual. Why can I not use my third inventory space?
Press 3, maybe?
Okay, the battery's on the floor.
That's fine. Hi. I'm gonna
use
close the
other
door behind you.
Okay, I have the menu.
Did you close the door?
Yep. Yes, it's closed.
Okay. I can't.
Right.
Everything's shaky. Oh my god, she's so annoying.
Lady. Right, okay. So it's SFC.
It's still shaking. Hold on.
That shouldn't affect your typing.
Okay, I'm ready.
SFC space
SFC space.
/ scan now. All in one.
Yeah, and then space.
Minus K60.
K60. Alright, installing drivers.
Yep, and I'm gonna just quickly.
I love
do,
how this window is like
Wi-Fi.
the Windows 8 style, but with rounded corners, and we get a Windows 10 prompt. Meanwhile, that's the Windows 11 logo.
Networks. Oh, I think the power's gone again.
Well, it should be next door to us, so...
Yeah.
Reboot. Then come back to...
Power's
I love
back.
how this is so clearly they blacked out the one logo part. Like, look at the light behind it. It's so
Oh.
funny.
I can't get in. Oh, there we go. Oh, god damn it.
Bro.
Oh, that's her. She's
Get
so
in,
angry
get
at
in,
me.
get in, get in, get in, get in.
I'm trying. There we go. Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Right. Could you open up the manual real quick and check me? Give me the password for the internet.
Hold on. F1. GGA.
Yeah.
K.
Yeah.
4286.
Connected.
I'm probably
Great.
gonna need you to read that back to me as well so that I can do it on the laptop.
Yes.
Because remember we need,
Oh. Getting the shakes again.
brilliant. She's, not happy, as you can imagine.
No, we probably need to take some drug.
GGAK.
4286.
Apply. Connected. Alright, you ready to confirmation code?
Yeah. There we go. It's hard to read. I just get the shakes when I haven't done drug in a while.
Yeah, I'm shaking so hard right now.
Oh. She's
That's
really
so
going at
scary.
it.
Yeah, she's going crazy right now.
Okay, the code is 82132.
Okay, I'm in.
You're in the mainframe.
Yep, and I have
What else
the
do we
code
need?
for the thing up top.
It's the banking app?
Should we do drugs?
Honestly? Oh yeah, I'm so shaky right now. We should definitely do drugs.
Okay, there you go. It's on the countertop.
Okay.
Feeling good. Like I should. Should we go upstairs?
Yeah. Set up home base and the...
Well, we need to open up the safe.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was in the emails, right? Oh god damn it.
Is she... Did I see her?
Did you?
I don't know.
Power's on.
Okay, I'm upstairs. Are you ready?
Yeah. Coming up. Right.
Okay, I'm opening up the laptop. No internet.
Did it just go again?
Hold on, I got it. Okay. 2241 7411. I managed to remember it before the power went out and cut out the
That was
Wi-Fi.
clutch.
I had a feeling, I was like, what if the power goes out right as I'm reading this and we lose it?
Okay, I still can only use 2 of my inventory spaces, so the remote is in that.
I'm gonna drop the laptop and take
It's gonna
this.
be garage remote.
Here's your link. I just got a link sent.
Do we have the battery?
Yeah, the battery is on the kitchen floor.
Right, okay.
Cause yeah, I couldn't pick it up because the thing is weird.
Oh, is she...
That does sound. Oh, can I come in?
Yes, you can.
Thank you. Very much appreciated. So I need to turn the breaker back on, and I was sent a link for something. I need to open that. Is she done?
Mm.
And 90 battery. It
Nope,
will come
just-
in handy.
Just as I got it on.
The battery's in the remote
Has to
now.
function properly now.
Sweet. I'm just gonna check the phone.
She hunting.
Did it go off again?
Move over, please.
Can you see the back on my hip?
Oh,
Because I can see it on your hip.
I can
And I
see
can
yours,
see, like,
yeah.
Yeah, no, because I can see the third like slot, but it's not. I can't put anything in it.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why.
Oh,
Thank you. That sounds like the power.
I can't move.
Yeah, let's just give it a minute. Oh, she's really upset.
She's so upset. God damn. Imagine being this upset over nachos or whatever.
Oh, is that the problem?
Is she hungry, you think?
Maybe you should feed her some crucifix.
Let's wait until we're ready to leave, you know what I'm saying?
Wait. Oh, did the internet just turn off?
It's the power.
Oh,
You have to reconnect to
Okay.
it, you have to hit the button again. Bro.
okay. Could you turn it on?
It's on.
That Wi-Fi. Connect.
I'm gonna close the door for us.
Okay. Here we go. In case of recovery, use this method below. Oh,
Tell me
There-
which one turns the power, the Wi-Fi on, okay?
no, that's me. I need to do that manually.
Yeah, I know, but which one connects?
Oh, the which like
Because
switch?
maybe we're overdoing the power, I don't know.
Oh, that could be it. Yeah, it's on right now.
Yeah, when it goes
Turn
off
them
again.
off. Yeah, just turn them off like one by one.
Okay.
That one.
That's the first one.
Yeah, it's on.
It's literally just the first one.
Yeah, sounds like she's hunting. So let me just get a look at this thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're just tripping the breaker. That's it.
Maybe. She could also just be a bitch, but like...
Oh,
Well, we know which one it is. It's the very first one.
on the right,
Yeah, left. Left or right?
on the left.
Okay.
Okay, in case of recovery, use this method below. Big button on, southwest on, northwest off. southeast off, northeast on,
The fuck?
east switch. What, east switch off, west switch on?
What the hell is this? What kind of compass bullshit is this? Also,
Is this for the big thing with all the buttons
I
and the
have
big
no idea.
lever?
Maybe? Maybe.
I think that might. You should head there and check that one out. What was that? Over here.
I thought this was
this-
working. No, this is only 5 buttons. What are you? What, huh?
Let's see.
Oh, she's something.
She's here.
Get in here. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I mean, it must be there.
Girl. Is it though? What? Can you read it out to me again?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay, let's go there.
I don't think it is.
Wait, where is it again?
It's over here.
Keep losing it. No. Okay, so big button on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Southwest. That must be these groups of 4.
I guess. Yeah.
So, southwest on. Yeah. Northwest off.
North.
Oh, can you hold the crucifix? Oh. I think we should just like.
I don't think we want to have our crucifix eaten up because that's how we ended up dead last time. Our crucifix got eaten up.
Right, so southeast off. Northeast on. Yeah. East off. West on.
I guess it might have unlocked something.
What did it
Okay.
unlock though? That's the question.
Well, that is the next thing. Anything in the No, not really.
Where did it unlock then? Is it maybe upstairs? Oh, no. Wait, yes. Look, the safe. There's a key.
Key.
Oh, and there's a QR code.
Oh, the phone is that's the phone. Right, QR code. Oh, it's the internet.
God damn it. I don't think it matters if we have all the switches on, honestly. Bitch! Never mind.
Okay, I managed to get open the link. Let me just turn on the internet again. Browse, retry. Give me this. Is
I'm gonna
this
go leave the
same one?
garage door opener in the garage.
How do I actually scan the QR code?
I have no idea. Do you need someone to hold the key or whatever? Do we have enough slots?
No, try and use the phone for a second, because there's a big thing that says here's the code. That's the one we just followed, right?
Scan QR scanner. Oh yeah, that is what we literally just did. So there's multiple ways to do it. Amazing. Cool.
Okay, so I have the key.
Wonder what that goes to.
I assume I just walked by the QR code before, and that's how I got the thing. Because that's the thing I was looking at, but I don't think I ever pulled out the reader thing. Maybe just a glitch.
Maybe? Is there something that requires a key like outside or? No.
Yeah, perhaps? No?
What does that go to?
It's a very old-timey key, this one.
Is it maybe something in the garage or?
Oh, there's a big door here. Oh, we've been here. That's just...
that's just the. Bro.
Sis.
Bro, hide.
Oh? Coming in.
Is
Is she
done?
about?
I don't know. That was
Don't hear her.
frightening moment.
Oh, no, she's by me now.
Oh my god. Oh, she's shaking my camera like a lot. She's by the front door, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think she's happy much. I can
She's
still
done?
hear
No,
her.
I still hear. Yeah.
Still hear her breathing. I think you're in the closet on the other side of this wall.
Could be.
Big if true.
She done?
Hi.
Hi.
Where are you? Hi, hello.
Hi. Yeah, I still need to figure out what the fuck this key does. Oh, there's another vent cover here. Is there
No.
is there a screwdriver somewhere?
Hmm. Oh god, she's hunting. I think. I heard her do a little screech. I'm trying to think. Okay, let me think through the house, right?
Yeah, because there's got to be a door or something that we have missed.
Mm,
Do we just go room by room?
that seems so inefficient.
In the absence of better things to do?
True. Should we try outside? Like look outside.
Yeah. Yeah. There
'Cause
it
maybe
is.
there was something we missed. I don't know. Lots of polygon plants.
Well, very few polygons, actually.
Did she say anything upon picking up the key?
I don't think so. Not that I remember. Nothing over here.
Maybe drop the key and let me pick it up and see if I...
Oh, good call. Oh, this is not a good surface for it. Oh, you found it.
Entrance key.
The front yard entrance key.
Front yard entrance.
Oh! Bro,
She's out here. Crucifix.
I got it. This is hunting.
Yeah, where are you? Nah.
I'm gonna hide in the corner.
I'm just gonna stand behind you for no reason.
She might be over. Nope, 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 nope. Now, yeah. Okay, I dropped the phone.
Yeah, I can take the phone.
I think this just goes to the front door then.
I think I tried that. Did it work?
No. So there's another way to get to the front yard.
Entrance. The door on this side? No?
It's not a door in here.
Is it not in
Is it maybe a gate outside that you're missing?
I think I did the whole like track along the the garden wall, the fence. But oh, maybe not on this side?
There's nothing here.
Hmm.
So how? Huh? Front yard Gate entrance key.
Front yard gate entrance key. Well, maybe it's like a clue down the line.
Maybe.
Because we still have the remote. Oh, there she is.
Oh
Right
my
here.
god! Bro.
The remote for the garage door.
Bro.
It's in
Did
the
we just save our own ass there? Yeah. The remote's on the floor here with the battery in it.
with the battery in it. Okay, we take that to the garage then.
It's already here in the garage.
And, like that YouTube guy.
So you gotta unlock the door first, if I remember correctly.
Unlock.
Alright, the gates are open.
We can go. Oh, here we go. How do I unlock the door?
No, the last hurdle over here. This is the door.
Where? Oh shit, okay, I'm on my way.
There's a keyhole.
I'm trying to get here.
Wait.
Go!
Got it.
Oh my god! Oh my god! That was so clutch!
So that was good.
There's one more map and it's labeled hard.
Well, let's hope it is.
This is the new release, apparently. Let's put this one to easy.
Really?
I mean...
You've only died once.
I mean, fair enough.
Got a pretty good batting average going. We can still do the highlighted items.
Yeah, I think highlighted items is a good idea. Given how, like, glitchy things are, I don't trust not having that on. Hi, Remy! Hi! Who is that? Hi, Remy! Okay, bye! Remy doesn't want to come say hi, apparently.
Oh, that's like the first time ever.
He just stared at me and wagged his tail and then ran. I think he wants his treat more. Alright, let's do this. Let me drink my water. The parents have left us alone again!
They're so forgetful. Something in the house.
I need to get out of here as fast as I can.
Okay. Got a key.
In a closet.
This one? Nope, that's a different closet.
Everything is still
Oh.
working.
I got a note.
I have
Just
a
wanted to
key.
say that I'm excited for the party Josh invited us to. Don't be late today. We should be there by 8 p.m. Also, don't forget to leave the kids some change so they can order pizza while they're away. Oh, hell yeah, pizza!
Timing for them to leave.
Oh, let's go. Is this what this game is gonna be about?
Pizza!
Okay, I've got 2 keys.
There's a locked door in here. Oh, I found a flash drive.
Let's try.
And a number of
I
locked
know,
doors. Where's the locked? This one.
There's this one.
So one of them, it was a,
Sick
Garage key.
beanbags.
and we have a key code.
I have a flash drive.
Flash
Already.
drive, okay. There are drugs in there, but I need another inventory thing. There's one. Hope this
I
one
have a
works.
free inventory.
Got a
Oh,
third
nice.
key.
I got another key.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
more
a key here as
keys.
well. Oh, and
There's
there.
a key there. Jesus, okay. Oh, hello.
Yeah.
I have the
I'm gonna
Wi-Fi.
Cool, I'm gonna try these keys upstairs. Gotta be one of these.
Surely.
Oh, it's this one. Got a screwdriver?
Sick. Oh, it's a baby's room. We have a sibling? Where's the baby?
Where'd the baby go?
Need to find another key.
Okay, well that's not that key. Oh, here we go. I got this room unlocked. Oh, look, another key. Oh, a backpack. And I got the van key.
Yeah.
I'm
Very good.
Ooh, nice. Oh my gosh, this is sick.
If only I knew how to drive.
I have the car key, the actual car key. I have the van trunk key. Okay, here's hiding.
Need to find another key.
Where's
Where's
the
the lock
garage?
door in your room?
Oh, here's the crucifix.
Okay, I've got another door open. What's in here? What the hell is this? It's like a gear?
She might be out and about.
Thank you. I think this is a thing to repair the car.
I dropped the car key in the living room. Hello?
Keycard. Did you get a keycard?
No.
Okay,
I got a
so still
crucifix
on the
though.
lookout.
A
Sweet.
flash drive, but
I need a key.
Here's another key. Gonna try this one.
yeah, the car key is the electric looking thing on the. Is this just the house from Phasmophobia? This is not the house from Phasmophobia. I'm gonna be dead real with you. I am intimately familiar.
Should be the key that goes into the locker in the garage.
This key goes into the locker into the garage. Okay, good to know.
To find another key.
Oh, this door's open now.
Huh?
Oh, there's a phone and a syringe. Oh, this is a revive thing.
Oh, I got the locker open. Oh, I got the key code. A code.
Combination or
Is it a 4-digit?
Yes, it is.
Yes, that's a phone.
Okay. Just
Say-
looking
oh.
around. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
grab the.
She's around.
Oh.
Is this a hiding? No.
Over here, over here, over here. I am intimately familiar with the houses of Phasmophobia, because that is a game I have way too many hours in. And this ain't it. It does look like Unity assets, though.
It's unmistakable.
It's got
Okay.
that. It smells like Unity.
It really does. Could you give me that that 4-digit pen?
I sure can.
Oh, sweet.
7486.
Oh, getting the shakes.
Don't you just hate it when you get the shakes? When the shakes get you?
7, 4.
86.
I think I hit it. Oh, I got it while it was shaking. There we go.
Yo!
Oh, okay. We need internet. That's the next step.
I have the Wi-Fi already.
Okay.
Is the power still on?
No.
We need to get that on then.
Right. I still have a screwdriver and
The
a
garage
key.
is where it should be. Yeah, right here.
the key card.
We need a
is in
key
the
card.
Garage is where it should be.
We need a key card. Oh dear. We need a key card. Damn. Is she out and about?
You know, she might be.
Oh, there's the reviver. Bro.
Yeah, was it the like syringe?
Oh
thing
wait, I
in
have the hold on.
I found a battery.
How do you where's the where
Sure.
I have the van wait, what do you mean van key? Wait, what does this go to?
This is not a van.
This is not a van. I'm gonna drop this in the middle of the floor. Oh, we can go outside. Hello. Wait. We can literally just go outside.
I think she's around right now.
Well,
Hope she doesn't like water.
To find another key.
I found another garage.
These people have 2 garages?
Yeah, they have 2 fucking garages. This seems
fucking outdoor fucking.
Fireplace and everything. What the hell? These people are fucking rich as fuck. Oh, the swing's going on its own. That's cute. Do you think we can go?
I think these people deserve to be haunted. I don't know what they did.
They
But
have
no one
so
comes
much
into this
money.
kind of no one comes into this kind of money without, you know.
To find another key.
We need a different key to get this open.
Yeah.
No one comes into this amount of. Hello. Oh, I found
Okay,
the key
I'll
card.
try one of them.
With this key card, I can unlock the
The van key's now in
garage.
here. Hold on, I found the key card. Oh, she's about.
Oh, I've got this thing open.
The garage thing should be. If you have the phone, we can get the power on. Oh, this is great. This is so great. I love how
Oh, I
this was
think
designed.
I've got it open. I've got the van.
Did you take the van key?
No, but
Yeah,
I managed to open the
I've
thing.
got the van key. Oh, I'm just opening. Okay. On my way. I'm here. I have the van key.
There's a bunch of stuff out here.
Hey,
It's a
van
slip of
key.
paper.
Oh, good.
Locked with a padlock.
We need a key for this. Oh, I have a flash drive. Do you think this goes in to something? No. Oh, I
there's a
can.
computer
No.
here.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't go in. Damn. Oh, dude. Just turn off the flashlight. Let's just hope. Fantastic. That actually worked.
Oh. Could you go into in the journal? I found a 4-digit thing.
Oh, shit. Okay. 2652.
2, 6.
52. Did it work?
Yeah.
Yo!
Radio.
Let's figure out how to make this thing useful.
Let's figure out how to make this thing useful.
Looks like it
Yeah, we still need to figure
It
out
needs 2 batteries to
how
function.
this thing works.
Enter passcodes. Huh? Could this be the... Oh, radio. 440122. Type that into there.
What did it say?
440122.
Oh no, there are no icons in the keypad. I think we need to find like a thing that.
Well, it's, the Morse code is...
Try to interact with the thing because the keypad thing is not operational. I think we need maybe to find a
keypad with no
like an
letters.
overview over what the buttons mean.
Maybe, yeah. Okay, let's go looking around.
I still have a screwdriver that we need to figure out where that one goes.
True. Where did you run to? Did you go back inside the house? Oh, yeah.
I'm inside. Yeah,
I
I've got,
still had the flash drive and everything.
got a 9-volt battery.
Oh, I need that. I need 2 batteries
You
to
do?
make this work, yeah.
Oh, where's?
Can you
Insert.
put
One to go.
It's in.
1 to go? Okay. All these drawers we can open.
Uh-huh. That's a button. Like a crash sound.
Ugh. Jesus, you
Okay.
scared the shit out of me.
There was. Did you find a key card?
I did. It took. That's how I got the power on.
Oh, the power's on, so we should do the phone.
Yeah.
I think the power's off again. Maybe. Yeah.
I got it.
Switches are blocked.
Oh, the switches are locked. We need the
Panel
phone.
says I need a phone.
The
Right.
phone needs to be near in order to unlock it.
Yeah. Light and home manager.
We're
Unlocked.
like we're professionals at this point.
We've got the rhythm of it, I guess.
Okay. Power's on.
Power's on. Okay.
Do you want to go to a closet and do the Wi-Fi and stuff?
You know what? Yeah, let's do it in a closet. Where are you? Let's make this the forward operating base.
Lights off. Let's do this. As if on cue. Okay, I have the
Right.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Give me it.
GTA.
TTA?
GTA
Yeah.
0225.
Fine. Connected. Right.
Connected?
What do we need? Yes. So email, I guess.
Yeah, check that.
Oh, we need a password for the email.
Let me see.
Let's see. Messages? No. Notes. Oh. What's this? Admiral Avenue. That's the address, probably.
Yeah, I don't have anything other than internet
Title
company.
office. Oh. Office. And a 5-digit code. It might be the safe.
Maybe.
Oh, is it the door that's locked? Oh, this one.
What the hell?
It's that type. Yeah.
Why is it? Oh, this. Yeah. What is it?
Right. Okay. 76123.
76123. Hell yeah.
Okay, here's another
There's
safe.
a closet here. Perfect.
Wonderful. Let me just. What else is on the phone? This is William.
I can't stop yawning. Oh my god, chat. Who's yawning? What the fuck? Bro?
Huh?
Did you not hear that knocking?
I think I heard something. Is she around?
There was like knocking on the front door. That was insane.
Oh, computer.
Hello. Wait, I wonder if I can... Yes, the drive. Look.
Got blurred vision. I should probably eat a drug.
Yeah, same. Here, hold on. Drug had on the floor.
Thank you.
Okay. Awesome. User 6377. We need a
Oh,
password.
I think she's about.
Okay, get in. Whew. Okay.
Okay, I don't hear her. Okay, let me look at the phone again. No. No, that was the code for the office. We need, I guess, password for this. I still have a screwdriver.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that will go to. I'm looking around for notes and things, but...
Last time it was a vent. Oh,
Need to hide. Get in, get in, get in.
I found one.
Are you in a vent? Are you in a thing?
I'm trying, but it won't open. Why can't I get in?
Do you need to come to mine?
Yeah.
Come on, hurry. Okay. Just give it a second. Nice drugs. Throw it back.
Yeah, sometimes like if you just open half a closet, it's not enough.
Yeah, I know.
But I've been able to get through some half closets.
That's why I've been trying to
Seems
like leave them.
like, oh,
How is the computer still on then?
magic. Oh, she's in here.
Huh?
She just stood in that room.
Like legit or?
Just stood there. Like, not reacting to me. Oh, is she back?
Very possibly.
She seems upset again.
Given the state of the radio next to us, yeah, I'd say so. Oh, that sound is awful. Fuck, yawning. Oh my god, I can't handle this.
It's setting me off, man.
Yeah, right? Like, we're gonna end up passing the yawning back and forth. I'm just a perpetually tired bitch. Like,
We've been
Is she-
drinking the tired bitch juice.
yeah, for real.
How is still on?
Huh?
Oh, this one's off.
The layout of this house is so confusing. Like, none of it makes
Yeah.
sense.
So we still need a email password for the phone, and we need a password for the PC.
Ain't that a trip?
Oh,
Get in.
she's mad at me again.
Come to the closet?
I'm in one.
Okay. Then I'm closing my door. Need more coffee. Big if true.
Oh yeah, I've heard if you really need a pick-me-up, Vietnamese coffee is like it's like a big fucking thing of it.
Oh god.
Just like, what did you get? Like half a liter of Vietnamese coffee.
Oh my god. That stuff will wake the dead.
Maybe that's what happened here.
Homegirl had half a liter of Vietnamese coffee. Makes sense.
That shit like fucking blew your head off.
Oh, I was miserable.
I need a key.
Okay, I think we need to go downstairs again.
Yeah, I'm down here already. She turned the TV on. Girl. There's the car key. Here.
Lady, you're freaking me out. Oh yeah, let's go to the car. Where's the car? There.
Oh, there's something in there. Look.
Looks like
Hey, works note. That's the key.
Yeah.
I got the work note. Maybe we can use this. Let's go back upstairs.
I am. There it is.
Okay, I'm gonna come to the
The layout of
closet.
this house is.
I'm gonna go to the closet and open this up.
Yeah. Come to your closet. Hi.
I have an email password.
Yeah, sweet. Let me just go back on internet. Oh, it's off.
Love how she keeps doing that. It's great. Love that. I'm just gonna stay in this closet and drink water. Is she,
It's possible. I'm gonna head back up. It's the one on the left again.
oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
I need to hide. Hurry.
Let me in. Let me in.
I
It's
can't,
locked.
I can't open it.
Ah,
Get in, get in, get
thank
in,
you.
get in.
okay, I'm in.
Damn.
Okay, email. Please.
GT2858.
GT2
8.
8
58. She broke
Enter.
something.
Okay. Dog shelter, music. Let's start with Jacob. Don't forget about your our deal this weekend. I will be at your place soon. Nothing.
Okay, that's so helpful.
Police department. We're informing you that there are reports of missing children. Please be aware. Blah blah blah. That's the other one.
What? More missing children?
Dog shelter. Greetings once again. We wanted to show our gratitude for your donation. Your contribution will save lots of dogs that require special care. Thank you. Oh, that's nice.
Aw, we're heroes.
We are. Well, our parents are. I guess it's a mixed bag because they kind of left us to die. Okay, music plus.
To go to a party. Here's some pizza money. Don't die.
Yeah. Okay. This is an automated response. Your subscription is about to expire. You can choose a desired plan. Blah blah blah. Thank you. Okay. The email is useless.
Are you sure?
Seems like it.
Maybe I can use that password to log in on the PC.
That might be. That might be the way to go.
Are we being hunted? I'm gonna close the door.
Unclear. Well, we still need to get on the PC.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So,
User, do you have it in the notes maybe that we just forgot?
no, I think this might be, what's the user 6377? No. Are you sure there's nothing in the email? Can I check?
Yeah, sure. Let me just how to get out of it. Right, put the phone on the floor in the closet. If you will let me get in.
Dad's phone. Might be something useful here.
No internet. Amazing. Connected. There we go. No app.
Okay, that sounded like the internet. Oh, she's crawling. Ah!
Come here, come here, come here, come here. That was...
She was real speedy. Maybe just kill her with a screwdriver. Maybe that's what it's for.
Oh my god. This is weird. Okay, I'm trying to think.
I think whatever our next clue is. Maybe we should go back outside.
Maybe. There's a Morse code thing, the radio key. I think we need to figure out the radio thing.
Oh, also there's this.
I don't know. I'm gonna leave the phone here. Yeah, I think we should go back down to the other garage. Oh, we could open these. There's nothing in there. Fantastic.
Is she mad at us again?
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, she's real hot and cold, this one.
She's hot and she's cold. She's yes and she's no.
Bless.
Found a Blu-ray player. Sick.
Okay. She sounds mad.
What if I just count the buttons and we try? If you read out the code to me,
Right, it's on
the Morse code.
So, is it the radio, the 440
Yeah.
122?
Hold on, I need to clear this somehow.
Yeah, let's do it all the way through. Okay.
I need some light.
Oh, she's mad.
Hide behind the. Where are you?
Behind you.
Okay.
Is that better?
Alright, yeah, I can sort of see. Wait, what's this button? Can you shine the light on it again? Let me just. What is this?
Is this working?
Control Alt. Yeah. Okay, so what's the code?
Oh, the light goes off every time I go to
That's
look
fine.
at the thing. Okay, 440.
Uh.
122.
That button doesn't do anything. Oh, wait a minute. Some of these buttons don't do anything. Okay, so 4-4.
0.
1, 2,
One.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No. Why is it like this?
It's probably hidden behind a clue.
Hmm.
Do we have anything else in the journal? No? No. We still need the 9-volt battery, right, for the radio?
Yep.
Okay.
I
How
think
about...
the code probably goes to that. Surprised there's nothing else out here. Like, there's this whole fucking thing. And it's just
Right,
lame
this
as shit.
room-
Oh, get motion sick.
Checked.
Can we open up the fridge? No.
Also, there must be more to the email.
There has to
Probably just,
be.
yeah, probably just doesn't make sense right now.
There's gotta be something that makes sense about it, honestly.
Also, I have been running around trying to interact with everything, like with a screwdriver, and like nothing. So there might just be
So
a
not
bunch of red
event?
herrings. I haven't seen one.
Sick. The rocking chair just started doing its thing on its own.
Oh. These people really have it all.
Okay.
Automatic rocking chair.
I need to just not look at some. Oh, God. I picked up the auto injector.
I was concerned when I opened this game that it was gonna be a bit motion sicky.
Hey, we had no way of knowing, you know?
No.
But we're
Is
on
there
the last
anything
map,
that we
can do
haven't?
this.
Yeah, is there anything that we haven't opened other
I
than
think
the
there's
save?
I think there's a vent somewhere.
We
There's
have
gotta
opened the
be.
save.
She's hunting. At the very least being a bitch. You know, Kerm, we've gotten to try so many cool ghost games together.
Yeah, and some of them have been good. This one's not terrible, but it is a bit. Look, it's very hard to compare to Phasmophobia. Like, that one's got it all figured out.
Phasmo. This door still isn't open. We still need to open this one.
I think it's the front door.
Oh my god. The door's just. Are you in here with me? Okay. Wait, so that wasn't you standing out there?
And I was out there with you. I don't think I saw what you saw. Still a pristine.
There has to be a vent somewhere. Jesus. Hello?
Hi?
Thank you for knocking on the door. I'm looking around for a vent.
If you're knocking on the door, no one's home. Go away. No solicitors. Oh. No, that's just a thing. What is...
I'm whipping my head back and forth too quickly, Kerm.
Oh no. Like Willow Smith?
I'll whip my hair back.
Oh, there she is. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. No, 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 no.
Are you good?
Oh, no, 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 no.
I'm hiding in the office. Don't tell
Yeah,
me you're dead.
no, she's around. No, I'm still good.
Do you need to take drugs? There's drugs in the closet in the office.
I don't think so. She might be in that room. Every time I go into that room, she's there.
What the hell? There's knocking around me? What the fuck's going on?
Right, I need you to come with me and have
Bro,
the crucifix.
bro, I need to get away from this room.
Where are you?
I'm in the office, upstairs.
Oh, you're upstairs. Okay.
Bro.
Yeah, I can hear her up there.
It's not okay
'Cause
here.
There's a room, like, every time I go there, she's, like, stood in the room.
Where are you? Hi, hello. Which
Hi,
room?
this room right here. Every time I go in here,
Wait,
she's,
for
like,
real?
stood right here. Yeah.
I was just in
It's
here.
like 2 different times I've come in here and she's, like, stood here, so maybe that's a hint. Like,
Yeah, but I've been in here. This is where I started.
yeah. Whatever was in here, I think I already... Oh, she's mad again. That's the light is off.
I was going room by room. You know, hoping for the best, truthfully.
There has to be, like, a thing that we've just walked past 100 times.
I hear her. There has to be something we can stick that thing in. Have we used it at all? Because maybe it was like a one, like whatever you.
I have not... Oh, actually, did I? No, I didn't.
Bro.
Oh.
Your light's still on.
I don't know if that does anything.
Let's find out.
Needs to be a way into the safe. Can I,
Oh shit. I turned the computer off and on by accident.
No.
Oh, what if we reset the password?
Oh!
The temporary
do
code has
that?
been sent to the email.
On
Oh
the
my
phone?
god! On the phone, on the phone.
Internet. Internet, we need to go down.
Okay. I only just noticed that. This is what we were missing.
Makes sense why it's on the left.
I just turned them all on.
Okay.
Okay, I'm stuck
Right.
on the wall.
Need to close the thing. Oh, she's
Okay.
around. Connect internet. Thank you.
Quickly.
Email. Reconnect. Login attempt detected.
Yeah.
Okay. 64568.
64568. We're in.
Yeah.
I need drugs. I can't read.
I have a
No
little
pills
bit of
are
reading.
left.
Try the downstairs bathroom.
That's fine. Hold on.
I can read a
Hey,
little
we
bit.
got more dog photos.
Yo, we won.
We won.
Oh, that's
That one's a cat. Okay, those are numbers. Those don't look like... It's money. Private. What the hell? Oh, there's something to do with a painting.
Does it tell us to rotate
got-
the painting?
Maybe. Hold on.
Yeah, where was that? That was down in the living room.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, that looks like it was
Oh,
the...
she thinks she's around. I think she's running around. She might be mad at us.
Did you already go downstairs? Hey, Cassie.
Yeah.
I'm upstairs still. Is she like hunting?
It's unclear. Might not be.
I'm gonna look at some of these codes again.
Oh yeah. Oh. I can unscrew. There's a screw on the painting.
Yeah? Okay.
Okay. I'm cooking. Oh, it fell off. Yeah.
What is it?
It's a diagram of the thing. It matches the computer in the garage.
Yo! Okay, let's go. Could you pick it up or
Oh, can I? Oh.
or do you need to read it out to me? Yeah, collect it.
Got it.
Okay.
Is your vision still blurred?
Slightly. I can get by.
Can you read the Oh, she's here. Let me stop reading that. Thank you.
Why can't we hide out here? Since when can we get in here?
The crucifix? Yeah, good. Has she eaten any of it?
Nope. I've been very careful. Okay, F1. Let me look through.
Oh, wait. Let me just
I'm gonna actually metagame this. Hold on, and write down. Okay. Yo, what the hell? Oh! The Morse code.
Yeah, that's the thing that was behind the painting. If it's because I think that one matches the...
Wait. That might be a different kind of code then. Do we have a letter code somewhere?
Oh. Let me just read the. Oh yeah, that's for the radio.
Yeah, which you don't have a battery for still.
Is it the There's a password on the one for the internet.
Maybe? What's the...
KAJM. Like, does that match the... Oh, we can't see that while you're typing that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it 6 letters?
No, it's way longer than that. Hmm. Is that radio? Oh, I think we need to find the thing on the radio. We need to find the battery.
Bro.
So I think we need to find the missing 9-volt battery.
Yeah.
And then we'll get the password on the radio. Because I think we'll get it in Morse code and then we have to
Do
transcribe
Morse
it.
code, yeah.
Yeah.
But where is this battery?
That's the problem. Do you have the radio still?
I do.
Oh yeah, she said one more once ago.
Yep.
Something like that. God, that's annoying. Okay, well, it's little and yellow, so I guess we just have to go around looking for it.
Fuck. Where could it possibly be? Did this have a trunk?
Huh?
Can't open it.
Question. Sounds like she's a little bit mad again.
A little bit.
She probably had a dream where we did something bad, even though we didn't actually do it.
Wish we could
She's
take
mad for no reason.
a battery from like the remote or something.
Oh, actually, it's not like a terrible idea, but we need to find something that's obviously like.
No, I can't pick up the remote in there though.
Can I screwdriver it? Where is it?
She's angry.
No, I can't do that.
She's screaming.
It's throwing a fit.
Let me look through what we have again.
Because it's a 6-letter code.
Could it be something that's like on the phone or the laptop?
Do some change? No.
Like... It could be something on the laptop or the phone. Like genuinely.
Oh, I can. Oh, I don't have the phone anymore.
It's
Do you?
upstairs. No internet connection. Hold on. Yep, the internet's off. Brilliant. I'm gonna sit in my little closet.
To the thinking corner. Okay, I'm turning it on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Connected. Nope. Hmm.
Does not have a trunk.
There's nothing. I'm not seeing anything. Let me look at the.
So we've used all the keys. We've used the screwdriver. I doubt we'll need to use it again.
I wonder what this is.
What is?
The safe that's next to the computer.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. So. Oh God. Oh, she's hunting. Can I come upstairs?
Are you here?
I'm on my way.
Bro!
Oh. Is this me dying? Oh, I'm dying. Okay, I can spectate. Oh, hi.
You dragged her in here and she was glitching on the floor. It just saved your life, bro.
Thank you for that. Really appreciate it.
How many digits is that, by the way?
5.
Try this. 76316.
Sorry, it's very slow. 7.
6 3 1
Wait,
6
6. Wait, it's very slow. 6.
3 1
3 1.
6.
Success.
Hey, look! So this number at the end.
Oh,
the
9-volt battery.
zeros.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
A 9V battery. It will come in handy.
That's okay. We need to go to the garage now.
Hold on, I need to. No, that's not the garage thing. That's the radio.
Function properly now.
Yeah, but that probably is the password. Oh, morse.
Let's sit in a closet and sort that out, because you just fucking died.
You need the frequency, right? I did just die. You need the frequency, right?
Yeah.
440.
Hold
Oh,
on, I have
what?
to actually. Four 11
122.
122 dash dot. Oh my god.
Okay. We actually need to write that. Oh, my brain.
I'm gonna
I can
go off
hear
it. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna go off it real quick and I'm gonna get a new post-it.
Okay.
Alright, 1 2 3 1 2 da 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 da. Oh, for fuck's sake. Maybe the long thing at the start is just telling you it's the start of it.
Maybe. Like it's yeah.
Yeah. 1 2 3 da 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 da. Okay, hold on. I've got the first da da da.
So 3 dots is S.
Hold on, I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'm getting lost after a certain part. Hold on.
I am. I'll just find a pen, paper.
Da. I got it. I got it.
Got it. Is that like how many digits was the code nonce?
Oh, hold on. I'm trying to turn this fucking thing off. There we go. Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That sounds good. Okay.
Okay.
So the first one was ... right?
Dot.
S.
Dot dash.
Dash U.
Dot dash dot.
Dash dot.
Dot dash.
Dot dash A.
Dash dot.
N.
Dash dot.
Dash G.
Got it. Sarang.
Okay.
Christ. I did not expect to be doing Morse code today.
You know what?
Let's
I've not done
go.
that before. Actually, maybe have I? I don't know.
That was kind of sick. Bro,
Yeah, we just did that.
let's go. Boogie.
Oh yeah. Okay, I will
Tell me where the letters are. I'll tell you what letter I need and you tell me where the letter is. Yeah?
Yes. Let me bring it up.
Alright, S.
S is God, that's how the
Give me a row and then take me over.
Yes, so bottom row, second to last column.
Okay, U.
U. Bottom row, second column.
R.
Third row, fourth column.
A.
Second row, first column.
N.
Second row, last column.
G.
Top row, middle column. And enter is the long one.
CD-ROM open. There's a key.
The entrance
Insurance
the
store
front door?
key. Yes.
Get the hell out of here.
Let's go. We're probably gonna get hunted.
Just open, quick. Oh, yes.
We did it! We fucking did it!
Let's go.
Bro! Yes!
Yo.
Oh my god! Fucking let's go!
Fucking did Morse code.
We did Morse code and everything! Oh my god, that was so satisfying! Oh, this actually is a goated kind of concept, having to do puzzles and stuff while a ghost is hunting you. That's, I
Yeah,
like
it's
this.
like an escape room with like a little bit more pressure.
I think the one thing that it's sort of lacking on at the moment is the maps are very linear. Like
Yeah.
even
It's a sequence of things we have to do.
even if they
It's
like
like-
generate the stuff to be in different places, like there's still a very linear.
The sequence is the same, yeah.
Yeah, there's a very linear sort of thing, and like even with upping the difficulty of like the ghosts, that linearness doesn't really seem
Yes.
to change much.
Making the ghost more difficult just meant that we spent more time in closets and not like
Yeah.
we weren't like challenged more, if you know what I mean.
Well, I did manage to resurrect you this time though. That last
That is
one.
true.
I'm very proud of that.
Without dying yourself. So.
She was glitched into the wall. I hope you can go back and see that, because she, like, ran into the closet with us and killed you, and she was just running into the wall in front of me.
Yeah, she's a bit weird in the way she moves. So that was like 2 different times when I came upstairs. I went to the right into that bedroom, and she was like stood staring into the wall. And she would like do that Scooby-Doo running thing where she like revs up her legs before she like comes running up to me.
Okay. Revved up her legs.
Yeah, you know, like the
Yeah, this
like running in place.
Oh my god. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, I think it has a lot of potential. I just think to keep it fresh, they're gonna have to come up with a lot of like different maps, like, or a way to sort of
And fix the
variate
jank.
it.
It's very janky.
Yeah, that one bit where I had a key in my hand and I picked up the car jack and couldn't reach it was...
Yeah, because it swaps.
Yep. And you couldn't swap back, but the car jack could go over on top of it.
Yeah, because the car jack was like in a slot, basically.
Yeah.
Like you'd inserted it into like a fixed thing.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I like it. That was a lot of fun. The puzzles were very satisfying. The Morse code one was very satisfying to get that. That felt good. That felt really good.
I do feel like that is the whole like difficulty thing. Like every map is medium, and it was like the same stuff. Find the batteries, find the keys.
Yeah.
Do the right sequence of like.
This one you had to
unlocking the
actually
phone.
listen to a thing and like translate it.
Yeah, this one was literally just like. Yeah, you need to learn how to do Morse for a second. that's like the one step up in difficulty.
I'm excited to see what they do. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Well,
Yeah,
we can go ahead and end it here.
Maps.
Yeah,
It's almost
they
9,
could do community maps. I think that would be actually really neat if they opened it up to like community maps.
It's all Unity, right? So it's
I'm sure it could be done, right?
yeah.
But yeah, it's basically 9 o'clock. We can end a few minutes early. But yeah, thank you for doing this with me, Kerm. Chat, you can find me over at twitch.tv/Mousie. I do a variety of things, like play these sort of horror games, and also just really anything that floats my boat that week. But yeah, thank you. Let's see where to send you off to. Who in the Yogs is doing things? Let's see. Where's the Yogscast stream team? Brilliant. Ooh, Deltos is live.
Oh, it's doing RimWorld.
He's doing RimWorld.
Oh yeah, have
Okay.
you played the new expansion?
No, I have not. I need to check it out. Maybe that's what we float our boat with this week. Alright, anyways, chat,
Could be.
thank you. Hold on, let me do exclamation point. Mousie, there you go. That's my channel, and I shall send you over to Daltos. Have a great night, everyone! See ya! Bye-bye! See ya! Bye, bye, bye!
Bye bye.
Bye-bye, bye-bye! The thing's still going down. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye! See ya, bye!